Wilson dropping back. Wilson down the middle. He's got Sidney Rice for the first down to move the chains. Sidney Rice, former Vikings receiver, supposed to be very important to this Seahawks offense with Braylon Edwards. Wilson back at snap in the offset eye. Lynch in the backfield. Screen pass to Bowman. The Seahawks, little bit of trouble with Terrell Owens when he came aboard. They could not get away to FTO on the team, and he got cut. But with this core, it seems to be good enough for this rookie as Lynch plows his way past the first down marker to for the Seattle Seahawks. So Lynch was the only constant offensive weapon for the Seahawks last year at the 43. Trying to get in the territory of Arizona. Offset eye, 2 to his left. Hand off to Lynch. Lynch brought down and lunges forward for 2 yards. Washington with the tackle. 2:30 to go in the second, as we are very close to the 2-minute warning in Arizona. The Cardinals next week have the New England Patriots, who won today earlier against Tennessee. Offset eye, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Hand off again to Lynch. They keep it on the ground. Powers his way through for a 1.5 yard gain. 2-minute warning in Arizona. 10-3, and it seems to be like everywhere else there's a 2-minute warning in Tampa Bay, and the Niners and the Packers are in commercial break, so we will just give you some insight on let's give you some scores really quickly from today. Atlanta and Kansas City, 40-24 there. Julio Jones was a monster today. 6 catches, 108 yards, and 2 TDs. Really getting it done. And Adrian Peterson getting it done through the ground today against the Jacksonville Jaguars in a 3-point victory in overtime. 2 TDs, 84 yards, and 17 rushes for him. For the Bears, Brandon Marshall, his debut, very, very well. He had some great connections today with former Bronco quarterback Jay Cutler. He had 119 yards receiving and a touchdown, added in with 9 receptions. Those players were key today. Now let's go back to Green Bay, where they have, or actually San Francisco rather, has a 1st and 10 in the eye. Delaney Walker in motion, to it, right to left. Smith play fake. Smith fires right to Moss. The slant is caught for the first down. Randy Moss, the newly revived Randy Moss, here today is doing superb. He just moved 2nd most receiving touchdowns in NFL history, right behind Jerry Rice. Went 1 more up ahead of Terrell Owens. He has 154 touchdowns in his career. Here is Smith. Smith under center. barking an audible. 3:30 in the eye. Now motion in the offset eye. Gore plunging through for about 5, maybe 6. Smith, nearly perfect today. 10 for 11, 112 yards, and he's threw one in the end zone to Moss against the Packers today. Here is Smith in the single back formation. 5-step drop. Smith throws down the middle, intended for Vernon Davis. Incomplete pass. Newton, let's go to Tampa Bay, 13-0. Carolina struggling to get anything done offensively. Newton in the gun. 2nd and 4, scrambling to his left, running for his life. Newton loses 2 yards. Back again to Green Bay. Smith, shotgun formation. Smith trying to scramble from the blitz, throws intended for Davis, and we have a flag on the field. It may be against Charles Woodson for pushing out Vernon Davis. We have no call yet, but Woodson was tugging on the shirt of Davis. Smith complaining and pleading his case, saying it's a first. These replacement refs discussing the call. Holding on the defense. So, yes, Charles Woodson tugging at Davis's shirt, and that will be a new fresh set of downs. So the San Francisco 49ers, who with 2 minutes and 43 seconds are putting on a nice offensive display for a highly talented offense. In the I formation, Smith an audible. Moss to his left. Walker in motion. Give to Gore. Gore gets 2. And that will bring up 2nd and 8. The Packers have actually a very short week. Thursday night, they have a game against the Chicago Bears. So the Bears and the Packers have a very short week. But for the Bears, luckily for them, they had an opportunity to play earlier, which gives them obviously a little bit more rest, as the 2-minute warning has just arrived. 10-7. We'll be back in Green Bay. Let's take a quick commercial break. 30 seconds. Stay along with me. I'll have more NFL updates and NFL live look-ins, and we will get your calls. The comment board. I'm sorry I did not look at the comment board whatsoever, but please answer your questions on the comment board. Ask your questions on the comment board. There's a green comment bubble, and before the break, we'll actually answer these questions. And you can call in at 949-456-2911 or text your question at 949-456-2911. So you can do all that and get it very interactive, or you can tweet me at SM_Cameron if you have a question too. So a lot of ways to be very interactive on the show. I should have explained that. That is my fault. 100% my fault. We have a question here. How do the Falcons look this season from Week 1 loss? The Falcons won today. How do the Falcons look this season from Week 1? loss. Oh, I think I may. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Are you? I think he's trying to say from the previous year. I think the Falcons look really good offensively, especially Julio Jones. He is definitely the guy. You got White plus Jones, and I think that's a great tandem there at wideout. I think their offense still has enough firepower. Now, the question is, when they get in the playoffs, that's the main concern. That's what we all have to be, waiting for, but I don't know yet. So we still have to wait over there, in Atlanta. If they don't implode in the playoffs, if they play fundamentally sound football, don't turn it over, then they could win some games in the playoffs, but they've just been struggling when it comes to the NFL playoffs. I don't know why they just turn into a different team. So, I mean, you can definitely see when they only scored 2 points in last year's game against the Giants in the divisional matchup. So, it definitely shows with Atlanta. They just struggle to get anything done offensively in the playoffs. So, that's a main concern there. But other than that, they've done a great job here today. So they got the win against Kansas City. Solid for them. But I think the main concern for them is the playoffs. I mean, I think they'll get in, but the question is how well will they do? And that's something that many people have asked, especially in the football world. So, thank you for the question. Just keep pouring it in. Tweets, anything. Just pour it in. Sorry I didn't tell you guys, but that's my bad and 100% my fault. But, commercial break time. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment. We are gone from the 2-minute warning in Green Bay. As I promised, we are there. We will be let me give you a live look into this. Between San Francisco and Green Bay, 2nd and 10. In the Packers' territory at the 34-yard line for Alex Smith and company. Smith takes the snap, 5-step drop, dumping it off to Crabtree on a shallow cross. Trying to stutter step his way to a 9-yard gain as he does. So Smith and the Niners effectively using the short passing game to get quality yards throughout this entire first half. Crabtree, 5 catches for 53 yards. Moss on the sideline, 3rd and 1. 1:05, and we will have a timeout. San Francisco will take a timeout here with 1:05 to go. Let's break down the scores. It's 13-0 Buccaneers over the Panthers. End of the first half. It's halftime over there. Cardinals 10-3, 1:02 to go. Cardinals have the football. They are in Seattle territory at the 49-yard line. And let's go to there, as here is Arizona, 3rd and 5 with Skelton in the gun. Doucette, King, Fitzgerald. Doucette and Fitzgerald on the left. Skelton in the gun, and timeout actually for Arizona with a minute and 2 seconds here. So everyone seemingly is stopping play. Pete Carroll is screaming on the sideline. He's come on the field. I don't know what he's screaming at, but he is yelling at the replacement refs to throw a flag for delay of game, actually, and he's trying to plead his case to the Zebras, but they won't perform the task that he's trying to communicate. Or maybe they will, or